Hey mamas, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tasha. This is Tasha Pivots, where I talk about all things mamahood and homeschool. And today I am tackling this schoolroom. I have stacks of books here, as you can see. I've got containers. I just picked up some groceries and I figured, why not have y'all hang out with me while I tidy up and get my life together before we start the next school year. The next year, actually, not even the school year, just the second half of school. How about that? Let's get started. So, as you can see, I've got Advent books out. I've got a puzzle that we're still working on. I've got groceries, and then we come to the real mess of things that I've completely neglected during this time of just vacation. We've got our Christmas of Tells books, things that are completed that I haven't put away. Our book baskets are a little disheveled. I'm a little embarrassed to even show you guys this, but this is me showing you the real me and what we're going through and what we're facing right now. This is a hot mess. This is almost worse than a hot mess. And then, wow. So, our arts and craft container box is like, we still have stuff all over the place. So yes, I've picked up some containers from Target, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to try to transform this space and get it ready for January. If you want to hang out, let's jump right in. All right, so I've already started packing some of my things in these containers. This is like all that's left over for from the holidays, Thanksgiving, as well as, or fall season, as well as Christmas. I don't have a whole lot of fall decorations, so this was just like the last bit of pumpkins I had. I have our Christmas, my Christmas Eve box. They've already done some of the things in here, but I figured I was able to stick like plates and little things that I love to buy for them just for the holidays that they like to eat on and make it all festive, put the cookies on and all that. So I put that in there. Got our elf ears. We even, I think, have an elf in there, but you know, we don't want to show that. And so then this next box is going to be all of my Advent books. So I love to do this because then the girls can have something to look forward to reading next year, as well as it just keeps them safe and without any water damage. And they'll be fresh and ready to go. I even am going to put our fall books in there as well, so that we can just pull them out and be ready for the year. So those guys, I even gonna stick their little Christmas with Tells coloring books in there so that they can always look back at them and see what they did the year before. And then we might toss them or archive them for later, depending on what we choose. But I'm gonna stick all of these in there. I think they will all fit. Some more over here, yeah. So this is the Christmas with Tells curriculum that Zoe went ahead and did. Josephine participated too, so I'll stick that in there. This was the bingo game that we played that came with the Christmas Eve box, and it was super fun. So I'm gonna stick those right here, and then this is the book that came with that, which is the Christmas Elf with Magic of Kindness. There we go. And all right, so I am so embarrassed to show y'all these drawers, but it is seriously a hot mess that's going on with these drawers. So I've pulled out these containers. If you've ever seen my video, probably like 3 or 4 months ago, I did a whole video on my homeschooling room. It has changed quite a bit since then, but this 3-tier container thing hadn't. I'd used it for supplies, art supplies, and just I loved having it like even more organized. If it was up to me, I'm like that Netflix series of like clean, organize everything, make space for everything. I love it. I love to have everything mapped out so that I can see it. It's easy for the kids when it comes to cleaning and storing, and we just were so busy with so many crafts during the Christmas season that I just never got around to like keeping up with it. So we're gonna do it now. So I'm gonna use this bigger one, this bigger tray that I showed you guys that I got. I have these little trays. Like I said, I got these from the dollar store and I still love them. I'm still gonna use them, but I may use them in different capacities. I like these because they don't have the handles on them and they're a little bit more like width. There's more width to this and less depth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna stick, like, I've got all kinds of things that technically the kids shouldn't use unless they're supervised, but like my clips, scissors. Let's see, I've got little snippers because I used to be a designer of children's wear, so I have so many little scissors and things that the girls have used for sewing this season. Zoe making an apron and embroidery and all those things. So we just want to organize this so it's functional, it's ready and reset as we start in January for all of our new crafts and time. Like I even had like my pens in here, and it's just so deep that it's like I have to dig through everything to find it. So I love this because then I can use these to organize all of this stuff. I'm also thinking about pulling with their pencils and jars that I used to keep for all their pencils and stuff, and instead of doing that, because I need this part to be cleared up. Now that I have pencil sharpener there, and I've got the Google Home, as we love to play classical music during our painting sessions. Now, look at that, just ready to go, easy to grab. And I got a shelf in here to show the same, they're not supposed to be in there. So I've got pencils, pens, and I have one more, I'm sure I will figure out what to do that. Probably my markers for my big board will go there, and then, what do you put inside here? So it's so much better. Instead of magnifying glasses, you know, flashes, pencils, things there, stapler. I've got 26 on 26. There we go. So we have here, like I had all of these in containers, all the little flashcards. I've got scriptures in here for memory verses, addition and subtraction. I can't even say it. Subtraction. I still love that in here, and I think we're gonna keep that going. I have other two. These are Josephine's, where it talks about just certain signals and like things that they're doing for her to announce. And then her alphabet ones, I rotate these in their morning baskets, but I'm gonna just go ahead and dump them in here as well. So I have another one of those containers. I'm gonna stick that in here, see if I have any more. Oh, and then I even have a Rolodex one. So like this one is for Zoe when she's writing down certain vocabulary words, and then she does the definitions and puts them in here. So this one is great that I can actually keep in here for her. That way it's just sealed up, ready to go in one place. And those are now done. I'm still working on that section. I don't know about you, but I have to take a tea break. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Give me all the tea. Okay, so y'all, what's happening here? I've got paper and activities, rubber bands, envelopes, papers, more construction paper. Like I said, we did a lot of arts and crafts during the Christmas season, and so just trying to organize. And I think Josephine even has one of her hands in here. Y'all forgive me, it was a hard season. I'm so glad to like just recharge and get things back in order the way I like to. These I usually will stick in like one of those little binder things that I have in my schoolroom, where I have, and I'll show you guys in a bit. I'm probably going to do that with these just so that they're not out, and that way they don't get dirty or old, because like, you know, construction paper, like on the edges, they get really like frayed and stuff. Okay, so we have our paper thing. Let's see, our punch holder. That. Then we can go ahead and stick these in there. Rubber bands can now come up here. I have a little section. section, and I will give you guys like a bird's eye view once I'm done. It's like an overview so you can see everything that I did. Some rulers. Okay, so now we're on to the morning basket section of our classroom, and it's not a complete disaster, but there's just things that need to be pulled out. This is when I like to purge and remove and replace anything that I feel like the girls are kind of like tired of, or this is also like Josephine's section too of where it's accessible for her to just grab her things for morning time or throughout the day. So yes, we're just going to run through this. I'm going to speed this up so you guys can just kind of see how I organize and like reconfigure everything. Alright guys, here's my bins. I'm going to show you guys, this is where we find all of our resources. This is what I was organizing on the floor. It is now complete and I am so happy. So if you're new to my channel, I bought these 3 containers at the dollar store, and I shared this in my first homeschooling reveal video where you could see everything. I love these. These are where we find our crowns, our markers, and our colored pencils, and they're just super easy and mobile for when you have kids, and if you have multiple kids and you need to move them. So I already had these organized, but I had to kind of shuffle through them. The kids had mixed some things in there. And then on to our little 3-tier container. it is now all organized and looking beautiful. So all these trays, again, are from Target. I went ahead and picked up and I sectioned these so that it would make sense and flow. So I have my markers that I use for our board and our whiteboard. I have pens and anything I use for highlighting or correcting with the kids. I have all my pencils in here. These are all the ones that they've been using, and we're just trying to use them up for the rest of the year. I've got glue sticks, glue guns. So this is all of our adhesive or adhere things. So you got tape, glue sticks, and even staples. I have all of our scissors here. You're going to see some that are the kids, and then some that are even mine that I use with them. And more glue is back here. I love this because when you have it organized, it just makes things so much simpler for the kids when it's time to put things away or even find them. I've been teaching this with our oldest the most, and now trying to pass this on to our youngest. So as you can see, I have, again, those containers I was showing you guys. I love these. I picked them up right around the school season when the new school year season starts, and Target and the dollar store loves to have these like spaced out and ready for parents or teachers to use for index cards and flashcards. So those are all designated here and easy to access, or they're accessible to the kids. I have glue sticks, or not glue sticks, I'm so sorry. I have magnifying glasses here, ruler, more pencils, some envelopes, and then we have some fun things here like our embroidery hoops, the leftover of my cotton balls, and the leftover of our googly eyes. It's just all here and ready to use. And lastly, the most boring one, but simple. So I know I was telling you guys I was going to put this in one of my little filer things that I use for our books and our curriculum, but instead I just kept it here because I realized I had a huge book of cardstock, colored cardstock here, and it's just easy. It's separated from the school curriculum, and it's not like seen, because my oldest, if it's seen, she wants to use it, and we're trying to utilize and be frugal in a sense to use it for the rest of the year. And then here we have our felt. I have many colors that we've collected so that we can be ready for all of our handcrafts that we have during the week. I love to utilize the whole thing, so you'll see even scraps in here that I've laid out flat and ready to go. So that is all done. All right, guys, so the last part of my organizing, tidying up is this school bookshelf that we use. This is where all our resources are. This is where all our curriculum is, and as well as some of our books. So I just need to tidy up a little bit. It's not too messy, as I point to this. So this is probably where it's the most needing as I'm looking at it. So we're gonna pull this down. I've got a sketchbook here. This is actually going to be, it's not a sketchbook. This is Zoe's Fervor interactive journal. So pull that down. I've had it stored up there because we're starting that this winter. And I have her Good and the Beautiful activity math box. I store it there because then the toddler doesn't get into all the things, as well as the student. I had my chess up here because me and my husband have been playing over the holiday. And then this crazy box of goodies, I guess. I have some books in here that Zoe's going to be using to write her own journaled, like narrative books, chapter books. So I have those, some paper, bananagrams, Uno, which some of these will usually rotate in her morning basket time. Sketchbook, more Uno. And yeah, so we're gonna take everything out and we'll figure out how to utilize this better as I go. So I'm gonna keep the math box up there because we use that frequently and it's easier for us to grab. Resources, everything is good here. I just added our arts books back in there. And this just stays here. This is what we use for when we need to do some definitions, history, and science. And now I'm even going to get into this and see what's going on here. So I'm going to make some space on my table. This is all, I usually have it in the order of which I teach it, but it has been a little out of order, so we're going to fix that. This is our math bin. It's all the math that we have going on. Check everything, make sure everything's math related in here. It is. This is our year in 100-acre woods that we're doing, so I like to keep that actually as the first one because it's the first thing we start with the week with our Bible time. Then we go right into writing. So writing would go here. I have my Writing with Ease. I have her handwriting, Good and the Beautiful, and then any other cursive handwriting workbooks that she works on. Those are there. Let's see, this is Science and Nature. We'll stick math back in because math goes in between. And the way I have these lined up is actually the same way I have it lined up in my planner. That's how it's labeled. It goes from, like I said, literature and Bible time to handwriting, to math, science, and then history. And so I like to just keep those tidy up. They didn't get too worked up and messed up because we really took a break and on most of these subjects over the holiday break. And so now that we're getting back started, I just want to make sure everything's in there. I always keep my planner here because I usually sit right here so I can just pull whatever we're doing. I love to just grab it, be able to check everything, and then it has its own spot designated and put away. So here's the history one. It still has her My Story that she's been doing over holiday break, her Heroes in Hope, and it eventually switch out to Fervor as we will be starting that this January. So those are looking good. Okay, so these are her little worksheets. I'm gonna stick those in there. So there's that. Now they're back in order, so I'm ready to go. That is done. All right, guys, that is a wrap of my declutter cleaning video of my homeschooling room. I hope you enjoyed and were able to get some inspiration. Just enjoy watching organizing. And if you like this video, give it a warm thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. And until the next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.